On a Mission open mic night at Belmar Arts Council, and I'm sure you all know tonight's theme is You Must Be Joking. So we're going to hear some good jokes tonight, right?
Yes.
That's the joke.
That's good.
Ah, there you go. But my husband Tommy and I, Abby and Ron, are your host and hostess for the night. And thank you to all the people at Musicians on a Mission for working so hard to make this happen. Without further ado, I introduce the fabulous Art Steinman.
Thank you very much.
Steinman! Art Steinman.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Abby. Here's my joke. Actually, this guitar, there's an interesting story with this guitar. I made the mistake one night of leaving my Manly Martin next to my shapely ukulele, and one thing led to another, and now I'm the proud grandfather of Martin Jr. And tonight's my night to babysit, so that's why I brought him along with me. And my joke, I don't know jokes, obviously, so I asked my grandson Max for a joke, because he's always got a million of them, most of which I don't understand. And he said to me, "Oh, I got one, Grandpa." He says, "A robot walks into a bar, and he asks the bartender, 'How much is your alcohol? How much does your alcohol cost?' And the bartender said, 'For you, no charge.'" I'm assuming it has something to do with a robot, but you have to explain it, it's no good. But that's the joke he told me, and there you go. Okay? Here's my joke. He thought it was hysterical. It was hilarious. Okay. This is called Tear Down Time. Bob and Joe Warner lived on the corner in a cape they built in 49. It was the pride and joy where they raised their boy and spent much of their time. They grew older, and life grew cold, they found it hard just to survive. So they moved in with the sun, but the damage was done, that keep was gone in the blink of an eye. 'Cause it's a tear-down town, not a trace of its past can be found. Just cookie-cutter houses, 2 by 2. Just a tear-down town. Don't recognize it when I look around. That's just fine, long as everything's brand new. Bill and Blanche built the Silver Ranch back in 1962. They painted it white so their future'd be bright, and planted rose bushes too. Blanche got sick and she went so quick, Bill didn't know how he would go on. So he decided to move. Then the wrecking crew tore down that ranch as soon as Bill was gone. 'Cause it's a tear-down town, not a trace of its past can be found. Just cookie-cutter houses, 2 by 2. Just a tear-down town, don't recognize it when I look around. That's just fine, long as everything's brand new. And each house looks like the one next door. You can't tell them apart, but no one cares anymore. People are so unforgiving about a house that's been the day, and families have passed through. People don't get down in this nice little town. They're breaking ground in the suburbs for you. And we've lived here more than 30 years, made it ours, just as we had planned. It's where our grandkids played and spent their holidays with family and friends close at hand. But now it's our turn, and what we've learned's that a house without a heart and no home. So people, please take my advice. You can't put a price on the place that you can call your own. They're gonna tear me down, not while some of my friends are around, trying to live a life that we once knew. They're gonna tear me down, not while I'm standing above the ground. And remember, someday it's gonna be your turn too. 'Cause it's a tear down town, not a trace of its past to be found. Just cookie cutter houses 2 by 2. Just a tear down town, don't recognize it when I look around. Remember, someday it's gonna be your turn too. Unfortunately, this is happening to a lot of our towns, and it's sad. And this next song is really a public service announcement. In September of 2013, I was blessed by having a kidney transplant, which I needed desperately to live. And it was from a living donor named Lori. And so one of my pledges to myself at the time was to try to spread the word and advocate for it whenever I can. You're never too old to donate. And the song is called Please Share Your Spare. I'm going to need help from the audience a little bit. The chorus goes, people, please share your spare. That's it. When it rolls around to that, just sing along with me. People, please share your spare. There, try it. People, please share your spare. Perfect. Perfect. There are many good people who give from the heart. The less fortunate ones who just need a new start. But there's a gift deep within us, more riches than gold. Give a kidney donation and make someone whole. Everybody, people, please share your spare. Live perfectly well with one kidney in there. There's somebody waiting whose life you could save. But alas, most of us take our spare to the grave. I know what you're thinking, it's common and fair to go under the knife when anyone's scared. But if you ask any donor, I'm sure you will find that this gift you give gives more to you over time. People, please share your spare. You'll live perfectly well with one kidney in there. There's somebody waiting whose life you could save. But alas, most of us take our spare to the grave. Now imagine how hard I could play. Didn't have time to learn. I'll spare you. Folks, I know very well what I'm singing about. For I once was someone whose life was in doubt, till an angel of mercy from heaven on high donated her kidney and gave her life. People, please share your spare. well with one kidney in there. There's somebody waiting whose life you could save, but alas, most of us take our spare time. One more time. But please share your spare. You'll live perfectly well with one kidney in there. There's somebody waiting whose life you could save, but alas, most of us take our spare to the grave. Please donate a kidney and a life you would save.